Welcome to the ASX Speed webinar for Tuesday, April 18th, 2023. New line. Here is our disclaimer and warning. Just be advised that this information is general advice only by Adesso Trading Proprietary Limited, a corporate authorised representative AR 2895199 of Alpha Securities, AFSL 330757, 118 Clarence Street, Sydney. This is general advice and does not take into account your own individual needs and financial circumstances. Full stop, new line. You should always consider and obtain your broker's financial services guide and consider the product disclosure statement issued by and available from alphasecurities.com.au or your broker or platform provider or the profithunters.com.au website. New line. In the Australian stock market, we have short-term bear pause warnings in the following Australian shares: AGL.ASX, new line; AMP.ASX, new line; AWC.ASX, new line; yearly charts column. For investors, the yearly charts is important, or are important, for making sure that we're not going against the major trend, new line. Now this is alumina, which makes, funnily enough, aluminium, new line. It's been pretty poor for over 5 or 6 years and pretty tragic since it peaked in $8 back in 2002. On the yearly charts, we see a little bit of a chance that if it breaks above $2, life is good. It does pay a slightly reasonable dividend, which is one thing to be pleased about. New line. Monthly charts column. On the monthly charts, what we're seeing is a bit of an uptick, which is interesting on the charts here. So we see a bit of an uptick, and if it can close above $1.80, I'm very happy with it, looking for probably towards $2.20. We'd have a stop loss at $1.42 if you were buying the break up, new line. Things might be a little bit better, new line. Weekly charts column. Again, the weekly charts are showing a little bit of life with a bit of volume. We're clearly looking for $1.66 and hoping for $1.90 on the top side. At the moment, you can still buy dips down to $1.55 with a stop loss below $1.48, new line. Daily charts column. We can have a stop loss at $1.56. If it breaks, look down towards $1.49 for that picking up area, new line. At the moment, the trend is slightly okay, new line. Volume is a little bit weak on the pullback, so we'll probably get a bit of a churning correction and then one more push, maybe to $1.72, new line. New line. We also have Bullhorn's warnings in IAG.ASX, Insurance Australia Group, new line. Monthly charts, Colin. I believe we've covered this recently in the yearly chart, so we'll just look at what's been going on in the last month or so. New line. This is on bear pause warnings. I stand corrected, new line. New line, monthly charts, Colin. You can see it trying to break up a bit, and it is forming a base, but I prefer if the base came back down to $4.38. That would be a nice area to pick it up from. So if you were buying this, have a stop loss at $4.54. If you're long at the moment. And if you want to get back in, look for $4.38 to $4.40 with a stop loss underneath $4.18, stop close only. New line targets at $5.23 and $5.82, new line. Weekly charts, Colin. On the weekly charts, we can see a breakdown on the weeklies after a doji. So the bear pause warnings are working. Look down towards $4.80 and maybe $4.57 if it cracks below $4.90 today, new line. Weekly charts, Colin. We see a bit of a hit on heavy volume, looking for $4.84 fairly easily. Below $4.80, look for $4.70, new line. So maybe just bank some cash on IAG, full stop, new line, for long-term and short-term reasons, new line. We have no short-term Bullhorn's warnings in any Australian ASX major stocks that we can see. In terms of stocks to watch this week, we've already covered Austral Gold, new line. Let's have a look at AMD.ASX, Arrow Metals, new line. Stocks to watch are ones that are likely to go up, new line. AMD.ASX, Arrow Minerals, looks like it probably will be giving itself a ticket to heaven or hell, wherever the directors should reside. Full stop, new line. It's really done bad things in the years since it was floated in 2005. New line, basically coming from a real price of around $6 down to currently the 0.5 of a cent. New line. Monthly charts, Colin. We can see it playing around. It's been lower previously. It almost went to God. New line. I wouldn't like it if it closed below 0.27 of a cent, new line. Weekly charts, Colin. We can see it doesn't trade very well or trade a lot. Have a stop loss at 0.28 cents. Sorry, I am transcribing this as I go. New line. Daily charts column. You can see it just dancing around. So it's not the best one. It's one of the more illiquid ones that we've seen. You'd have a stop loss at 0.3 of a cent. New line. New line. XAO.ASX. ASX. All ordinaries in new line. This has been picking itself up quite. New line. This has been picking itself up quite nicely. A breakdown below 7,500 lets me think about the 73.94 area. New line. I don't think this will happen this week, or at least in the next few days. I think it may do that by the end of the week. New line. XJO.ASX new line. If you are long, have a stop loss at 73.07. New line. We are currently long on a PHG trade from $69.38. New line. The stop loss was just missed. The other day we had it at 73.04. There's no need to change. We have taken some profit on the way up, a couple of 100 points here and 250 plus there, 300 points there. The next one should be about 160, sorry, is that 366 or something points, which would be good. New line. New line. XFJ.ASX financials index. Something going along here. We see a 5-wave structure getting complete, a little 4th wave here. We were hoping for 64.89 on the top side. We are seeing higher US interest rates. We've been shorting the US 30-year bonds, as you may have seen a bit earlier. And we shorted up here, and we've took some profit yesterday. Market on open, only to see it drop away a bit. And its interest rates are still creeping up there, new line, so that makes it harder for our banks to be incredibly useful to us. New line. ANZ.ASX new line. Daily charts column. On the daily charts, it's gone for a good run. We had a nice take out of the range for a little while. We didn't hang on to it. It's the doji of confusion at the moment, so we'd expect to pull back down towards about $24. Certainly anything below $23.60 is a bit of a worry for it. New line. This will be a bit in demand because of dividend payments soon. New line. CBA.ASX. We had a bit of a trade. I had a bit of a trade on that. I don't think it was in the PHG. Notice the 144% of the prior range. Bring the stop loss if you're long still up to $97.16. New line. If you see a $104.41, you might want to bank the cash. New line. Take at least 1/3 profit. But ASX new line. National Australia Bank new line. You can see it's just done the retracement. If you want to bank some cash, it's a good idea. At the moment, it would probably float back down to $28. We seem to have lost our internet. new line. WBC.ASX Westpac, new line. Pick it up for some dividends. At the moment we are permissioned long on a few counts, and it's holding up fairly well despite the fact that the Chinese iron ore price is not doing fantastic, nor is gold. Look down towards 18,002 if you want to pick it up, with stop loss below 17,650, new line. BHP.ASX, new line. Weekly charts column, we can see that it's really not getting a full complement of strength. So have a stop loss at $44.36. I still like the $41.32 area for this stock, new line. Daily charts column, we can see that it's kind of okay, but if it breaks $45.70, then look to that high $44 areas, new line. Rio.ASX, new line. Daily charts column, what we're seeing now is we have a stop loss at, it's better than BHP still. If you want to go long, have a stop loss at $118.35 and have a look for probably into that $125.78 area, full stop, new line. XEJ.ASX Energies Index, new line. This is working its way slowly up. We look for 11,205 on the top side, new line. Energy stocks questions, new line. Have a stop loss at 10,794, new line. PLS.ASX, new line. Pilbara, new line. We saw that last night as a trader date in the forecast, full stop, new line. Pilbara Mining has been grovelling around. It's sitting on the old top, so it's maybe worth a bit of new line. Weekly charts column. The prior one was on the monthly charts. On the weekly charts, we see a bit of a triangle of confusion looking up towards $3.84. Stop loss should be at $3.62 now if you are into it, new line. Daily charts column. Target is $3.84 short term. If it can pop above $3.88, then think about $4.08. Volume is okay on the upside. It just needs a little bit of a tickle. Your stop loss should be at $3.65, new line. New line. SIAXO.ASX, new line. Cindy says she's been buying we see an inside month so far, so getting above $1 is pleasing for this, new line. Weekly charts column, having a stop loss at 80 cents medium term and 82 cents short term is okay. At the moment it's got a little bit of the brick coming up on its head. It really needs to clear through $1 all round, new line. daily charts, we can see it's popping its head up a little bit, giving itself a chance at going long. So you can buy dips down towards 86 cents with a stop loss below 80 cents, hoping for $1.07, full stop, new line. We also have some wedgies, which we looked at the government BetaShares Treasury bonds yesterday. We also discussed BBOZ.ASX and BBUS.ASX, the opposite of the ASX 200 index. And I think we looked at the SNAS.ASX as well. SNAS.ASX Global X Ultra Short NASDAQ 100. New line. XHJ.ASX. Actually, let's Healthcare Index, new line. As we saw before, healthcare index has hit a double top. I expect it to come back down to 43,317 if it can't get above 44,900. New line. COH.ASX Cochlear, new line. Look back to our recent markets on this, or at least the advice on this. New line, we can see a double top so far on Cochlear. It probably needs a pullback down to $230, new line. If you are wanting to keep a wider stop loss, have a stop loss at $234, new line. Daily charts column. We're getting to a little bit of a struggle street pattern here. The stop loss should be at $244. It's had a really good time. Momentum is waning, however. Full stop, new line. New line, XGD.ASX. Gold index, new line. I've been saying that this should be petering out because the gold price is not producing the goods and was in an area where it should be made a little bit cautious of. New line. A pullback down to 73.08 on the downside looks normal. New line. New line. Gold stocks questions. New line. We had a look at that Austral Gold. We had a look at Newcrest. I think we even had a look at NST.ASX, which was on, may have been on Northern Star. New line. No gold stocks. Everybody's out. That's good. New line. Ah, yeah, I did have a look yesterday at that stock, GMD.ASX, Genesis Metals, new line, and now it's become a gold stock, full stop, new line. We can see a pullback after it announced that it was buying St. Barbara, SBM.ASX's Leonora assets in WA. It went for a good run. At the moment, I'm still hoping to see it a little bit higher. Pull back down should be towards $1.12 new line. If you're looking to pick it up, if it breaks down below $1.17, personally I think you'll find that it's probably better to buy this with a tight stop loss for an LPHR, low probability, high reward trade, new line. SBM.ASX, Antonius has asked me a question in the box about this new line. Monthly charts, Colin. Now, it didn't rally at all. I don't know what it's doing in terms of whether it's suspended or whatever, but definitely it's not done what all other gold stocks should be doing. I wouldn't like to see it if it's still trading on a close below 48 cents new line. Weekly charts, Colin. We can see that the market didn't like it divesting itself of the gold assets that Genesis Minerals got, or Genesis Metals. New line. A break above 70 cents makes the market feel a bit better. Otherwise, we think about 38 cents on the downside for this on the weekly charts. New line. Daily charts, Colin. We can see the market didn't like this at all. It rallied a little bit thinking it was good, and then somebody else said, no, I got too much St. Barbara, new line. So down it goes, new line. XIJ.ASX, Information Technologies Index, new line. This has probably in the process of topping. I'd say it's probably about a 70% chance that it's topped. Stop loss should be at 1567, look down towards 1532 or 1509 on the downside, new line. EML.ASX, new line. EML Payments got themselves an ex-Profit Hunter Group member name with Kevin Murphy. We bought yesterday at either 61 cents or 62.5 cents. We added to the position that we put on it on the 30th of March, and we entered at 44 cents. We added on a break above 62 cents. The fill was 62.5 cents. It immediately fell down to 61 cents as I was putting that order on, and we brought the stop loss up to 55 cents so far. And looking to take profit on 1/3 at 70 cents. New line. So we're up kind of from the 44 cent entry, which was just here on the 30th. We're up probably about 50% and about 5% on that original one, new line. Let's look at the monthly charts. That's the weekly charts, new line, weekly charts. We can see it's sticking its head up. If it can get clear of really 78 cents, look for 90 cents and $1.29, new line. XPJ.ASX, Property Index, new line. Targeting 1385, we hear of them. Suddenly there is no accommodation left anywhere. All these immigrants who come in to help us with the hamburgers, and they seem to be needing help because they've only got $5 million in their pocket to buy property apparently. stop losses have 1354 as it on this one. Seems like property index is in fashion. Newline, we're hearing a lot of negative news about the commercial real estate in the US falling apart as a lot of the tech giants realized they didn't need most of the people they had on, because technologies really just need programmers, not people who are recruiting other people who have to be in a job for a year before they recruit somebody. Insane what's gone on in some of those places. Newline. We did have a couple of property stocks on the stocks to watch. Newline. And we had LLC, Newline. We did cover Boral yesterday, I believe, Newline. CSR.ASX, Newline. It's been a long time since we've looked at CSR, Newline. Yearly charts column. We can see what I see here is it's holding above these old lows, old highs. So use your stop loss at $3.90 if you're buying this. It's just had a nice dip to buy onto some support. So if you wanted a shorter term stop loss, have it at $4.52, at least the lower risk. Looking towards $5.87 on the top side. Newline monthly charts column. I can't see any data on whether the market's up or down. At the moment we can see CXO. CXO is up a good one, and the other stock, Leo Lithium, is doing pretty good. Alchem is okay, and IGO is doing okay. So very strange. I'm not getting an XGO feed. Moment, so I don't know what that's doing properly. Newline. Looking up towards $5.51 on the top side. There's a little bit of battering in IMU and Boss Resources, it looks like. Newline. Newline. On the monthlies, we are looking to buy dips down to $4.83, target $5.51. Weekly charts column. Looking towards $5.37, $5.51, buy dips down to $5.06 with a stop loss below $4.95, stop close only, Newline. Daily charts column. It's been up a few too many days. A little bit of a doji, so I'll pull back down to $5.13 to $5.05 would be appropriate. Looking to pick up in either of those places with a stop loss below $4.97, Newline. XTJ.ASX, Telecoms Index, Newline. Yeah, properly. At the moment have the Telecoms Index in rapture, Newline. TLS.ASX, Telstra, Newline. Daily charts column, it got poked down and then found the old tops and the buyers came out, so we're probably looking towards $4.32 again. Maybe $4.35, Newline. If you are long, stop loss can be raised to $4.22, Newline. XSO.ASX, Small Ordinaries Index, Newline. Please give me your small and mid-cap stocks questions, Newline. The smalls, if they want to pull back, should be probably around 28.67 on the downside, where you would not like to get, where I would like to get back in. Not what I'm looking for. New line. Okay, there's a few questions that have come into the box that somebody doesn't do the webinars, but I've already covered those questions. That one's Illumina, new line. Let's look at some more of these little cap stocks before I leave this mortal coil, new line. In terms of stocks to watch, new line, let's look at ESK.ASX, EtherStack, new line. And I think that may have something to do with Ethereum, but let's see. New line. ESK.ASX, EtherStack, new line. Yearly charts column. I have not looked at this before. And you can see its life has been a little bit miserable. It probably went berserk because of COVID, new line. A close above 62 cents is a good thing with a stop loss below 32 cents, looking for $1.50, new line. Monthly charts column. A close above 58 cents is a good thing. At the moment, it's kind of sinking off into the distance, looking for 26 cents or 17 cents on the downside, new line. Weekly charts column. We can see that its life hasn't been very good with increasing volume to the downside, so we think somewhere towards 31 cents or 35 cents in the shorter term would be the target. Things could change a little bit if it broke above 46 cents, new line. Daily charts column. You can see this trade's a bit better than some of the other shrapnel we've looked at before, but really I prefer a break above 42 cents to confirm that it's got a double bottom in place. If that happens, have a stop loss at 36 cents, new line. New line. NHC.ASX, new line. That's something that I was wanting to have a look at, new line. That's on stocks to watch, new line. It got a bit of a thump yesterday, so probably looking for $4.32 on the downside. That might be a good pickup area, new line. Stop loss below $4, new line. New line. Going back up to the big cap stocks, WES.ASX has come up with a sell on stocks to watch, new line. Monthly charts column, new line. A little bit over, a little bit in an uptrend, but not quite trending. Stop loss should be at $49.17 if you are long, new line. Weekly charts column. New line. On the weekly charts, we see it's slowing a little bit, but not much. I think really probably the best stop is below $50.70, new line. Still hope for $53.77, full stop, new line. Weekly charts, we do see the struggle street pattern, so a close below $51.40 should be your stop loss, with a pull back down to $50.73 or $50.49, full stop, new line. PHG trades review, new line. We had a really nice trade in AGL and we took some profit just right on the highs that I've seen lately. Let's go and see whether we can kick myself in the head or praise myself, but at the moment we're looking to buy down at $8.24, new line. Popped a little bit higher, so that's okay. I think we'll still wait lower down, new line. ANZ, we're still looking for $22.92, new line. BHP.ASX, we are long, we took some profit, $46.69. Currently our stop loss is at $45.35, new line. We are long from $45.10, new line. BHP is still not making us very happy. Let's bring the stop loss up to $45.41, new line. $48.36 would be a target if it can get itself working again, new line. EML.ASX, new line, we have looked at that, new line. JHX.ASX and RMD.ASX, we are still waiting for lower down, new line. PDN.ASX, our stop loss is at 60 cents, new line. New line. It really needs to get above that 69 to 70 cents area, new line. I have a feeling it may do that, new line. Let's have a look at CCJ, the US Cameco stock, and it's kind of trying up, probably hit $27.43. There's not a lot of keen buyers out there, new line. SLC.ASX, Superloop, new line, we're looking to buy it 1/3 at 61 cents. And we've been filled on the 14th, 4th, 2023. Stop was at 55 cents. We can now move that up to 57 cents. Trade is entered. And really we're targeting towards 66 cents and 75 cents. New line. At the moment, we've brought our equities allocation a fair bit down since we bought in the mid 6,900 areas. At the moment, we have a little bit more to go to reduce by. I think we'll have a peek at what the XJO.ASX is doing right now, new line, or has done, new line. You can see it's a little bit floppy at the moment, so hopefully we're going to get back down to 72.82 or 72.12, new line. I think it's probably a good idea to lose 1% today. Just come back to balance. All right. Thanks everybody. Have a good day.